what many people don't understand is that it's over for America. America has seen its best days. You know, there used to be a time when the world looked up to America and thought America was the great example of what a country could be. But all the other countries are catching up. The American people are struggling. Our leadership sucks. The parties are whack. And every single day we're praying for inflation to go down. Unfortunately, everyone's pretending like things are okay. And that's the worst part about it. The next couple of years, we're going to see a huge change in America. Potentially, we may see destruction, we may see civil war, we may see all-out battle between the states. Next presidential election is going to be crazy. And I still love living here. I still love America. But let's be real. All empires fall. And I think America has fallen.
Donald Trump is running out of money. Personally, the American government is running out of money. Big time. They've now been downgraded twice in regards to their economic status. Trump is getting desperate. So the 10% he's put, 10% extra tariffs he's put on Canada, they are just trying to get more money. You got to remember, this is a guy that bankrupts stuff. So the tariff threats isn't just going to be on Canada, it's going to be on everybody soon. He is desperate for money. He is spending way more than he has. America is absolutely fucked. As long as this man is president, all you have is disaster, dismay, and disappointment.
When the American empire finally collapses, historians won't be stunned by the greed of the elite. They will be stunned by the loyalty of the poor. That stopped me in my tracks. The working class didn't just vote against their own interests, they worshipped the billionaires robbing them. They slashed their own benefits, gutted their own healthcare, and cheered while the rich wrote off private jets as tax deductions. Not because it helped them, but because they were told it would hurt someone else. And that right there is how you rig a democracy without ever breaking a single law. Some laws were broken, but this tweet makes such an important point. The greed of the elite is expected. What is not expected is the loyalty of the poor, of the working class, to those who are taking from them. That is what is going to be studied in the history books.
Family, white America is having a rude awakening for choosing Donald Trump as the president of the United States of America. Family, we are seeing more and more white people regret voting for Donald Trump because of what he's perpetuated in America today. Many Americans are struggling over the cost of living. We are seeing more and more white people cry out and say the cost of groceries is very expensive. They can barely be able to pay for rent in apartments in America today. Family, right now, the latest news is that there will be no food stamps in the month of November, and many Americans are reacting to the same, most of which are regretting voting for Donald Trump. White America in general is having a rude awakening. They are opening up and saying that they chose whiteness over good leadership. They chose color over merit. And family, right now they are regretting so much. I want you all to watch this video all the way to the end as we try to debunk why America is falling. Is Trump the leader that was destined to make America fall to its ruins? Family, let's find out in this video. Let's watch the video. Once the video is done, we will get back and do a critical analysis about the same. And family, in a special way, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my subscribers who are supporting this channel by buying me a coffee. I do not take your support for granted. The link for buying a coffee is on the description box down below. Let's watch the video, then we'll be right back.
This economy is great. Wait, no it isn't. It's shit. Nobody can afford anything. Let's explain this disconnect in less than 30 seconds. America's economic output, the entire pie, is getting bigger. But the average American's piece of the pie isn't really growing. In fact, in some cases, it's shrinking. But in other cases, people have huge slices of pie. In 2023, the wealthiest 1% had 30% of America's net worth. That does not mean that we all deserve an equal slice of pie. What it means to me is that it is essential for all of us to activate the power of the stock market to build wealth and make a bigger piece of pie for ourselves.
And to the US government, I'm never forgiving you for this. And I'm never going to trust you ever again, because you just, like that, took away millions of people's income and livelihood. And who does that? So I'm never trusting you ever again with anything.
So I'm starting to give up hope that there's going to be a Hail Mary moment at the end of this that's going to save this app.
I feel so dumb coming on the internet and crying about an app. But the fact is that this has been a sense of community for me for years now. And it got me through really, really hard times in my life. The pandemic, losing my job, all of that. Getting divorced, like all of this crap that's happened to me in the last 5 years since I've been on here. Hours and hours and hours of time I put into creating stuff for this platform. And I'm not the biggest creator on here. Like, I'm not like, I don't have 3 million followers or 10 million followers, but I do have a platform. It's the biggest platform I have. And I worked really hard to make it. On top of that, it's been a source of income for me for going on 3 years now. First, it was just a little bit, but then it got to be more. I'm not like rich off of it, but it has significantly helped my income every month. Hi, Halloumi. And it's been consistent enough that like I've been able to rely on it. So like on top of being just sad that I'm losing my creative outlet and my platform, I'm like worried about like what I'm gonna do financially. And I know like I'll figure it out. Like I've had to do that a million times in my life. Like I'm an artist, I've had to figure it out a million times, but it just like, it sucks that I have to, or that any of us have to. It's so unfair. This is so much more than just an app. Like this is really truly a sense of community that there is nowhere else on the internet. And like, yes, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Red Note now, I'm on Lemonade. I don't even know what that is, but I have 13,000 followers on there. I've literally only logged in twice. But I know that none of it's gonna be the same. I know none of it's gonna be the same. So I guess if this goes away, and for those of you that I don't see on the other apps, I wanna say like, thank you. Thank you to the community that I've had, my little community. I had such a small little corner of TikTok, but it was really beautiful. And I really appreciate all of you guys. All the people that comment on all my videos, even when my views were down and I wasn't getting views, people that would comment. And I always saw you, the same people. I know who you guys all are, and I love you all so much. And I'm so appreciative for the time that we've had. And I can't believe I'm crying like this on the internet. It feels like the pandemic. I haven't done this since then. But it feels like I'm losing. It feels like I'm losing like a really good friend. And that sucks.
All right, Trumpers, come and get me. Hey, listen, I saw a video of Donald Trump talking about more tariffs. And no, it wasn't AI, so I don't want to hear you Trumpers saying that we're wanting to go to 100% tariffs on China, 100% tariffs on Mexico, and 100% tariffs on Canada. If he does this, which I don't even know why or how this is even fucking lawful. I thought we were supposed to be going to the Supreme Court to try to stop him from doing this, which I really think the Democrats need to lean in. Shit's expensive enough for the American people as it is, especially the industry that I work in. I see the price of certain things. I'm not going to say where I work, but listen, this is bullshit. And I'll tell you what else is bullshit on top of these tariffs is this government shutdown. This government shutdown is going on 3 weeks. 3 weeks of people that are not going to get paid for over a month at this point. And you people have allowed this. And what I think I love more than anything is the Trump supporters out here that actually worked in government now that are not getting a paycheck because of their president. And I also know you're going to come at me and say, well, it's the Democrats' fault. Hey, listen, bitch, we just brung in $2 trillion in tariff. Is this exactly what Donald Trump said, about $150 to $200 trillion in tariffs. And all the Democrats was wanting was a few $1 billion to go to Medicare, Medicaid for foreigners. And then you're going to say, well, we're not paying for foreigners. But hey, wait a minute. I thought you voted based on Christianity. And it says in the Bible, treat your neighbors and foreigners as you would your family and relatives. I don't understand where you people have missed the mark on all this. I really don't. But it's real sad. And I think it's all because you're uneducated. And I'm just going to call a spade, or you don't do enough homework on the situation. MAGAs, thanks for fucking us.
I just watched a video about how this woman refinanced her home and how basically she is going to owe way more money than she already owed. Even though her payments are getting lowered, she's still going to owe more money, and talking about how it's such a scam. Yeah, pretty much everything in America is a scam. So health insurance, we pay $500 a month for health insurance, all right? But then you have a deductible. Some things apply to the deductible, some things don't. You have a copay every time that you go, but there's like a max allotted copay. So mine is $2,000 per person, but at like a family max, I think of $5,000 or something like that. Anyway, so I pay $25, when I go see a regular doctor, $50 if it's a specialist, $25 like for my therapy. But if I hit that $2,000 out of pocket, then they cover everything, all right? So you're telling me I pay $500 a month, and then I have a $2,000 out of pocket pay, and then you'll cover everything at 100% as long as it's covered. But that doesn't apply to prescription medication. That only applies to like doctor's visits and things like that. Don't get me wrong, I have pretty good insurance, and I'm very privileged to have insurance, especially in America, but that's insane. That's crazy. Everything is a scam in America, and the new American dream is to leave.
When the American empire finally collapses, historians won't be stunned by the greed of the elite. They will be stunned by the loyalty of the poor. That stopped me in my tracks. The working class didn't just vote against their own interests, they worshipped the billionaires robbing them. They slashed their own benefits, gutted their own healthcare, and cheered while the rich wrote off private jets as tax deductions. Not because it helped them, but because they were told it would hurt someone else. And that right there is how you rig a democracy without ever breaking a single law. Some laws were broken, but this tweet makes such an important point. The greed of the elite is expected. What is not expected is the loyalty of the poor, of the working class, to those who are taking from them. That is what is going to be studied in the history books.
I got laid off from my corporate job yesterday. And I think that this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now, and it needs to be shared because America is not doing well right now. We have a 94% prediction rate that the recession is going to come, but yet our frickin' administration hasn't even made the move to actually say that a recession is coming. And let's actually call it what it is, a depression. People can't afford groceries, they can't afford rent, they can't afford buying houses, they can't afford having babies, they can't afford having the kids in general if they already have them. We are not in a good spot, y'all. I know that I'm just a number in a company, but I thought I was okay. You're going to think that you're okay because you've worked there for so long or you have the right experience. Like, you guys, I have an undergraduate in marketing, a master's in business, 6 years of paid social media experience, both on a strategist and manager level. I have done people management for at least 3 years. I'm a senior level in my career. And yet, when I was hired to do a senior level role, I was forced into entry level positions. I was doing entry-level work as a senior-level strategist, all while at the same time being asked to reduce my workload with AI, and our team was having layoffs every 3 months. I should have seen it coming. I really should have. But the thing is that it was not something that I saw coming, because the day before that they laid me off, I was literally talking coverage plans with another employee who was going on leave for months. How am I supposed to sit there and not think that I'm safe in that moment? I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that we live in a world like this where my manager wasn't even the one that fired me, by the way, or laid me off. It was frickin' HR, and they read off a script, but my whole team got laid off. And this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now. My partner is a first responder, so I'm very lucky for the fact that I can be leaning on him for support right now, because luckily his job is secure, thanks to the fact that number one, his job is essential, and number two, he has a union behind him. What I will never understand is why corporate agencies have not unionized. We're not allowed, right? We're not allowed. That's part of it. We'll get fired because at least in this corporate world, they're always going to side on the side of business because that's what's making the government money. This world right now is not supporting people. It is supporting business. You are just a number, unfortunately. So please prepare yourself for shit like this. I wish I would have. I wish I'd been applying to other jobs months ago. I just was so dumb to not realize the signs. I want to talk about it. I think people need to talk about it. I think we need to make this more public. We all saw the jobs report. It was awful. Getting laid off on the day that the jobs report goes out, and it's 22,000 instead of 75,000 new jobs. You know how discouraging that is? If you know of anything in the marketing space, let me know. Use my comments as a way in which to maybe trauma dump. I don't care, vent. I'm here for you guys. I can't believe this. And I'm really sorry if you're going through this too. Here for you.
On November 1st, families are going to lose SNAP benefits. And you know what else is that Trump stopped shipments to food pantries. So if people need help to food pantries, soup kitchens, things like that, they're not going to have enough food for everybody. They would rather starve people, make sure that we don't have health insurance, make sure we can't afford it, than negotiate with Democrats. It's their job. That's part of being in Congress, is that you have to negotiate. If you don't have enough votes, you have to negotiate to get those votes. Democrats don't want people to lose food and medical insurance, so they're not going to just give them their votes. They need to negotiate. That's part of politics. If you're the great deal maker that you say you are, then you should have had this done by now.
Family, Trump has been proving Americans that he was not the rightful leader to lead this nation. Because family, we've seen Donald Trump mess up the country time and again. The other day, he gave out $40 billion, to Argentina, while Americans are struggling so much. We've seen many Americans lacking food stamps, because of the government shutdown, because they announced the other day that they won't be providing food stamps for the month of November. And many folks are asking questions, trying to understand why Donald Trump is prioritizing things that are not important to Americans, including giving $40 billion to Argentina. Family, that came in a time when Americans were requesting its government to help them, especially the farmers. They came out, especially farmers from Arkansas, they came out and said, we need support. We need federal funding because our farms are dying. We'll be losing our farms soon. There is 100% tariff to China. We are not able to sell soybeans, to a bigger market, which is China. But family, the $40 billion that Trump invested in Argentina was used to reduce the tariffs that Argentina has, to China. And that made Argentina start selling their own soybeans to China. And you'd wonder why the president is putting the interests of other countries ahead of the interests of his people, Americans. Family, this is a time when many white folks are having a rude awakening. They are regretting so much voting for Donald Trump. Family, we are seeing the cuts in Medicare and Medicaid. Right now you have to go deeper and deeper into your pockets to be able to ensure that you fund your grandfather, your father, or your mother who is being treated, or rather being nursed in a nursing home. It's very expensive for that to happen right now in America. That would mean you have to spend, almost the whole of your paycheck. Family, this is a time when many Americans are complaining about the cost of living in general. Many folks cannot be able to pay rent in America today. Many Americans can only be able, to pay rent, and get a few coins to ensure that other bills are paid in the month. Many folks who are employed in America today cannot be able to pay their bills and also sustain what they eat in the month. Seeing food stamps, being taken in the month of November has just sparked different reactions in America today. Many Americans have decided that they shall be looting shops, in the month of November if it means there won't be any food stamps. They are saying it's the only natural way to react, than seeing themselves, die without having food. Because family, food is very expensive in America today. This is all thanks to Americans, especially white folks, choosing a fascist leader, choosing a dictator to be the president of the United States of America. Many white folks are regretting. The other day we saw Donald Trump say he can never be criticized as the president of the United States of America. He said that any media outlet that would criticize him would face a possible ban, or their licenses would be revoked. And family, you wonder, is this coming from a president in our day and time? Is this coming in the 21st century? what is happening in America. Family, this is the fall of America. This is the punishment that God is giving white America for what they've perpetuated in black communities over the years. I repeatedly say this, that the foundation of America is one of the biggest causes of the problems America is experiencing today. America was built, on top of the graves of the natives and with the hard work, labor, of black people. Family, this just explains to you that America was built in blood, tears, and trauma, that is still affecting black people today, because black people are still going through systemic injustices because of a system that started during the times of slavery in America. And family, right now, whatever we are seeing in America today, according to me, I feel like this is a punishment of God. Family, Americans are struggling. Americans are crying left, right, and center. The cost of living is expensive. There are high tariffs right now. Tariffs that, does not make, a business person have a conducive environment to be able to sell their goods or services. Life in America is becoming unbearable each and every day. And family, many white folks cannot be able to fathom whatever is happening, and they are saying enough is enough. They are starting to call out a leader that they saw as a king to them. Right now, we are seeing them organize No King's protest. Many of the demographic, that is out there during these protests are actually white people. White folks who are tired of a fascist leader. White folks who voted for racism and are right now having a rude awakening. Family, the biggest loss and the biggest thing that is taking a lot of monies in America is the very, very same racism. Racism is very, very expensive, family. Racism is very, very expensive. We are seeing that in many sectors. Look at healthcare today. Many white folks thought they'd be able to pay for their health covers. They thought that they'll be able to go to hospitals, hire a private doctor and ensure that they pay with cash upon treatment. But family, right now we are seeing every American struggle. They thought that now if there won't be any universal healthcare in America, that would mean that black people would also lack it. They were looking to ensure that black people do not benefit from these systems, that was meant to make Americans, be better people. When you look at the education sector, you notice tuition fees are very, very expensive because they wanted to ensure that black people cannot be able to afford the fees to learn. They did not want black people to gain knowledge and wisdom from schools. And family, this just shows you why America is still lagging behind. This just shows you why there's a lot of pressure right now to Americans, especially those who voted for Donald Trump, because things are becoming unbearable each and every day. He's going to take food stamps the next month. And family, this has created a lot of tension in America. Many business owners, the retail service providers are looking to close their shops because they are afraid they'll be attacked and their products will be stolen from the shops, because many Americans won't sit back and wait to see themselves starve to death. They may as well, engage in different things, including theft. Trump wants to make America collapse so that him and his billionaires, can buy everything up. He's destroying the trade, on the world stage. We can look at what he's doing with the tariffs to Mexico and China. He doesn't want America to trade with other countries. This just shows you the type of president many folks chose. Many white people are regretting so much. And I have been seeing these videos online and thought that I should share with you all. Family, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this specific episode. Do you think this is a problem that has started with Donald Trump, or is it just time that America is punished for the atrocities caused, to black communities in America today? Family, thank you so much. Kindly like the video so that it can be recommended to other YouTube users, and I'd be very, very grateful. Lastly, I'd really appreciate if you all took your time to subscribe to the channel. We are currently on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and I'd really appreciate if you all took your time and share this video with your friends and family. The goal of this channel has always been to talk about black stories, black empowerment and ensure that we tell black stories the black way. Because if we give the white supremacists an opportunity to present or rather talk about our stories, many a times they whitewash our stories. Guys, thank you so much and see you all in our next episode. Goodbye for now.